Today is Monday, May 11th, 2026, and it's 6 p.m. This meeting is now open. Representing the quorum tonight is Kathy Arlano, Denise Morrison, Nicole Peterson. Dustin Krieger is en route. Rob Ellis, Dustin Qualls, and myself, Doug James. Thank you for joining us this evening as provided by the Texas Government Code. Board of Trustees may go into closed session at any time in accordance with this section. 551.071, private consultation with the board's attorney regarding all matters as authorized by law, including board governance. 551.072, discussing purchase, exchange, lease, and value of real property. 551.074, discussing employment, evaluation, or discipline of personnel, including board governance and superintendent evaluation and contract, and including central office administration. 551.076 and 551.0761, discussing security personnel and devices, district-wide intruder detection audit, report findings, and cyber security. 551.082, discussing disciplinary matters of complaints regarding school children and/or school district employees. 551.0821, discussing personally identifiable information about public school students. 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations. All right, the Board of Trustees hears public comments on agenda and non-agenda items at all regular meetings in accordance with Texas Government Code 551.007 and board policy. This is a business meeting for the board to take action on district matters. So please refrain from comments or distractions during the meeting. Our board secretary, Ms. Nicole Peters, will now provide additional information for any registered speakers. Nicole?
Thank you, President James. Public comment allows citizens to address the board. The information has already been shared with each registered speaker in writing today, but as a reminder, each registered speaker has up to 2 minutes, must speak in the order called, and may not yield time to other speakers. Comments may not include names, positions, or any personally identifiable references. Speakers should remain at the podium and not approach the board table. If a trustee cannot hear you, he or she will let you know. Otherwise, please continue speaking as you are here to address the trustees. The clock in front of me will signal when your time has expired. By signing the public comment form, all registered speakers agree to follow board policy BED. Anyone who fails to adhere to this policy will be stopped by the board's attorney and will not be allowed to continue speaking. Tonight's first registered speaker is Nikki Kinchin. Nikki, please approach the podium. Doesn't look like Nikki is here. Our next registered speaker is Michelle Kramer. Michelle, will you please approach the podium? You have 2 minutes, and your time will begin now.
My name is Michelle Kramer. I'm here because the current placement for my son has moved past a disagreement into an outright denial of FAPE. The district is disregarding IDEA with withholding 24-hour residential placement that is critical. It is a necessity for my son. Despite years of advocacy, the district has now attempted to override specialized medical facilities and its own commissioned evidence. The IEE funded by Klein School District states the student requires a highly specialized residential placement providing 24-hour therapy, intervention, and clinical supervision. The student has surpassed the level of care available in a traditional or a therapeutic day school. The IEE funded by Klein explicitly warns that the current environment is the primary catalyst for his medical crisis and that it cannot at all guarantee physical safety. My son's currently in an acute psychiatric facility where they see no progress. He has been there for 4.5 weeks, and the school cannot guarantee safety in the environment. Under the Supreme Court ruling Andrew F., an IEP must reasonably calculated to enable a child to make progress appropriate in light of the child's circumstances. A setting that triggers psychiatric trauma is a result in physical violence and not progress. It is a systematic failure of FAPE. I am asking the district to immediately fulfill IDEA requirements and facilitate the 24-hour residential placement recommended by both the IEE funded by Klein and his personal clinical team. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next registered speaker is Daniel Kramer. Daniel, please approach the podium. And your 2 minutes will start now.
Good evening. My name is Daniel Kramer. I am the husband of Michelle Kramer. Our son's educational and clinical needs are inextricably intertwined. For 12 years, the district has been playing defense, focusing on trying to keep him and others safe rather than actually providing an education. I'm reading a clinical statement into the record from his attending psychiatric provider to establish the medical necessity of an immediate change in his placement. The provider states, I am writing regarding my patient, a 15-year-old male currently under psychiatric care. He has a significant history of severe behavioral dysregulation, including aggression when overwhelmed and self-injurious behavior. He has required multiple psychiatric hospitalizations, including 5 institutionalizations in recent years. Most recently, he has been hospitalized requiring one-on-one supervision due to extreme safety concerns. The provider's clinical recommendation is as follows. At this time, he requires a full-time residential level of care. His current placement in a therapeutic day school is no longer sufficient to meet his clinical needs or ensure safety. The statement concludes that a higher level of care is medically necessary to provide stabilization, safety, and appropriate access to treatment. To be clear, he has spent a cumulative total of over 6 weeks in psychiatric hospitals recently, including the last 4.5 weeks with no sign of clinical improvement. When a student is unable to remain stable enough to even attend school, the current educational plan is no longer appropriate under the law. The least restricted environment for my son is the one where he is clinically stable enough to learn. I am asking the board to acknowledge the clinical evidence and the medical referral that has sat on your desk since 2024. Please approve the residential placement necessary to provide my son with a safe environment before the situation turns into a tragedy.
Thank you. That concludes your time. President James, this concludes tonight's public comments on non-agenda items.
Thank you, Secretary Peters. The trustees will now move into closed session of the previously mentioned and publicly posted sections. The time is now 6:06. Have your attention, please. The time is now 6:45, and this meeting of the Klein ISD Board of Trustees is reconvened. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, Trustee Rob Ellis will lead us in prayer, and Trustee Kathy Arlano, or one of the scouts, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance of the United States flag and the Texas flag. Please stand if you're able to.
Our Father in heaven, we are grateful this evening to gather together as a Klein family to celebrate the wonderful things that are happening across the district. We are thankful for each of the teachers throughout our district who dedicate so much time to be able to invest in our students. We thank thee for the great news and celebrate the hard work of all those who will be celebrated today in athletics and in fine arts and in academics. As we prepare for graduation, we ask a blessing on all those who are graduating, that they might be safe and that they might have strength and wisdom in this next chapter in their lives. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
We are going to do first the pledge to the American flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
and now the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you, thank you, thank you all. This is a wonderful evening tonight. Thanks for joining us. We're here to recognize the achievements of the Klein family and to conduct some district business. If you haven't already, please silence your cell phones. We uphold our shared vision that every Klein ISD student enters with a promise and exits with a purpose. The Board of Trustees works diligently with our superintendent on behalf of every student in our care. As trustees, we follow the Texas law and can only vote on and publicly discuss items listed on the agenda. The agenda and notice of the meetings are distributed to each trustee 1 week before our regularly monthly meeting. If individual board members have questions, they visit with our superintendent prior to the meeting. Therefore, on many items recommended for approval, the trustees can quickly determine if they agree. If we move quickly through the agenda, it means that we are prepared and ready to take action. Dr. McGowan, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Thank you, President James, and good evening, Klein family. We're so thankful that you all are joining us this evening. Our first report this evening is going to be presented by our Chief of Staff, Christina Cole, as she shares more about the Texas Promise Academy launching next school year. Ms. Cole.
Thank you, Dr. McGowan. Good evening, President James, Board of Trustees, Mrs. Spalding, and Klein family. Tonight, I'm going to share a few highlights about how we're applying Senate Bill 569, also known as a virtual learning bill, into the many different programs that we offer in Klein. I'll then hand it over to Ms. Complin, who will give you more detailed information about the Texas Promise Academy. We wanted you to know that we advocated for this bill because we wanted to be able to provide flexible learning options for our students. We also wanted to be able to offer the outstanding curriculum and teachers expertise that we have in Klein ISD to students, not just here in Klein, but from around the state. By implementing virtual learning options, we're able to even add more to our portfolio of extensive and best-in-class offerings here in Klein ISD. In fact, we are so proud of our AAA promise of excellence in academics, arts, and athletics, and are excited to share these with even more students. Klein ISD offers significantly more programs than any of our surrounding districts, with over 250 program courses and 50 industry standard certifications, and numerous other award-winning academics, arts, and athletics programs for our students. You'll get to see some of that here tonight. To learn more about our programs, our schools, we invite you to our ChooseKlein.net website, where you can learn more of just about our programs, what we offer, and the different schools in our district. Before I turn it over to our director, Leslie Complin, I'd just like to share with you what an excellent job she has done in leading this initiative. We gave her a structure to begin with, and she has taken it and ran, putting all the pieces together, working with various departments in our district to create this beautiful mosaic of a program. Additionally, she's taken a lot of initiative to work with our comms teams to create a social media plan and to get the word out there outside of our district. She has taken flyers to various places to promote and just really done her due diligence to communicate all that is happening with TPA. So I'm excited for her to come up and give you an update about Texas Promise Academy. Ms. Complin, please come up and join us.
Thank you, Mrs. Cole. Good evening, trustees, Dr. McGowan. Klein ISD is expanding what great schools can look like with the launch of the Texas Promise Academy, an innovative, full-time, tuition-free online school for students grades 6 through 12 across the state of Texas, beginning in 2026. The Texas Promise Academy creates additional options for families with fewer compromises. Many families are balancing work, travel, non-traditional schedules, advanced coursework needs, health considerations, and just a general preference for learning at home. The Texas Promise Academy will provide a high-quality public school pathway without parents having to choose between flexibility and academic opportunity. Parents no longer have to make trade-offs between a schedule that fits their life and a strong educational experience for their students. The Texas Promise Academy is designed to deliver both, helping families stay in the community they love while still meeting the needs of their children. Let me provide you with a brief overview of the program. It is launching for the 26-27 school year in grades 6 through 12 with 3 program options to meet our student needs. Instruction is delivered by Klein ISD certified teachers, and the coursework is 100% online in a flexible pace. Our curriculum is rigorous, standards-based, and aligned to the Klein ISD scope and sequence. It is important to know that we are still awaiting some guidance from the Texas Education Agency about the aspects of online school programs, and we do expect those updates sometime in June. The Texas Promise Academy will offer 3 programs for our families in 2026. The first is a full-time virtual program where families get the convenience of a full-time virtual school backed by the experience and standards of the high-performing district like Klein ISD. Flexibility without having to sacrifice quality, no matter where you live in the state of Texas. Families who live within Klein ISD or nearby also have access to a second option, the Flex Scheduling Program. This allows students to learn virtually while participating in specialized CTE programs, athletics, fine arts, and UIL programs at their zone campuses. That means families can maintain the routines, coaching, and campus connections they value while gaining a learning model that best fits their day-to-day needs. Finally, we will have supplemental courses that are available. These are tuition-based online courses that take place virtually outside the regular school hours and let students accelerate their learning, recover credit, or create room in their schedules for additional courses. We are excited about Klein ISD's future-focused, family-centered approach to education. The Texas Promise Academy reflects our commitment to modern solutions for today's families while preserving the quality that makes Klein ISD a strong place to educate students. Our full-time virtual option is a 100% online educational experience. Let's talk about what this tuition-free program looks like for students. Again, it is tuition-free with no additional cost to families. Students work at their own pace each week to allow for maximum flexibility, and students can choose when they work, but will have support via individualized support, small group opportunities, live chat with their instructors, and daily office hours. We're really excited to offer a diverse course offering with advanced courses like advanced placement and dual credit for our first year. Our program meets all graduation requirements with 2 endorsement pathways, business and industry, and multidisciplinary studies. The next option we have is the Flex Scheduling Program, which consists primarily of online schooling and on-campus opportunities for students. Flex students will primarily spend their day and their instruction learning online through the Texas Promise Academy, with options to participate in select on-campus opportunities and courses. Students can take 1 to 3 in-person classes at their designated campus, and these could include athletics, fine arts, CTE, or other electives that require on-campus participation. Our third option is our supplemental courses. These are online courses that students can take outside of their regular school hours, and students that are interested can take up to 2 additional courses to create space in their schedules, recover credit, or accelerate learning. Now let's talk a bit about student eligibility guidelines to be a candidate for the Texas Promise Academy. We look for students who are residents of the state of Texas, entering into the 6th through 12th grade, have an average grade of 70 or higher, and have passed all of their STAR or EOC testing. Our team has also hosted a number of virtual sessions, and you'll see there's 3 more coming up in the month of May, so that families can learn more about this opportunity. In closing, we're excited about Klein ISD's family-centered approach to learning, and the Texas Promise Academy offers families a way to have the Klein ISD excellence and take place in our great educational experience. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Trustees, any questions?
Well done, this is a lot of work.
Talk
very
about
much.
great school choice. That's the choices within choices.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you. Dr. McGowan?
Thank you so much, Ms. Complin. We appreciate all your hard work and your innovation to bring these kinds of learning experiences to our Klein ISD family and the entire state of Texas. Next, we are going to welcome our Chief Financial Officer, Dan Schaefer, who's here to provide an update on the 26-27 budget preparation. Dan?
All right. Thank you, Dr. McGowan. And good evening, President James, members of the board, Ms. Spalding, and Klein family. This evening, we're going to provide a brief update on the preparation of the 2026-2027 budget. As you recall, we did hold a workshop on April 20th, and during this workshop, we discussed the various significant events in the past that have impacted the Klein ISD budget. We also shared updates on the current year budget, and we provided the board with our plans for the 26-27 school year. And as always, thank you for your continued involvement in the budget development process and the time you spent, even after the workshop, with questions and reviewing the numbers. We appreciate your input and your energy in helping us manage our finances in a fiscally conservative manner. As we shared at the workshop, public school districts in Texas continue to face significant challenges when it comes to school funding. A few of the key areas we discussed at the workshop and the previous budget, and along with legislative reports over the last few years, include something that we all still feel, inflation. That's probably our #1 area of concern. This year alone, if any of y'all have been to the gas station, you'll notice that the price is a little bit higher. And for Klein ISD, that's adding $1 million to our budget just to fuel our buses and fleet. So that's just one line item where we're still seeing pressure. Next, we continue to spend dollars addressing the underfunded mandates that the state continues to push. For example, Klein ISD's proposed budget for the general fund alone includes $10.7 million in annual safety and security personnel, supplies, et cetera. Yet, the safety allotment provided by the state is about $2.6 million, covering about a quarter of the cost. In addition to that, we've been actively writing grants to help cover some of the costs associated with new safety-related items for facilities. Thankfully, the Klein ISD community supported our 2022 bond election, which has allowed us to address the new underfunded mandates from the state, as well as invest in safety above and beyond the minimum state standard. Our families and staff continue to tell us that they want us to prioritize safe and disciplined schools and keep clients safe, and we agree. Finally, most of the new funding sources from the 89th legislative session, so the last session, came with new spending requirements. For example, our teacher and staff retention allotments made up about 59% of our increase in funding. New funding that tied to required initiatives fails to address the cumulative impact of the past 7 years of inflation. And speaking of inflation, this graph, we've been showing it for a while, but still shows that although we're seeing some slowing of inflation in Texas, the national average still continues to grow at a similar pace. And thus, we're still seeing increases in the things that we buy across the state and nation continue to increase. Since 2019, there's been a 26.4% increase in cost as of February 2026. Since February of 2026, we've seen some changes at the pump, and so this doesn't even account for the fuel surge that we've seen. So this is something that all Texas public schools, including Klein ISD, will have to keep in mind as we continue to plan for the future. As we work to prepare the 26-27 budget, I wanted to note a few highlights. First, obviously, having a strong fund balance has been critical to help us manage the shortfall caused by stagnant state funding, underfunded state mandates, along with historical inflation over the last 7 years. And as you know, the board policy does require 25% minimum of next year's expenditures. For the current year, we'll be adding over $20 million to our fund balance, and we are planning to use that surplus to cover the 26-27 budget deficit, still keeping our fund balance well above the 25% required threshold, and it's resulting in a balanced budget over the 2-year biennium. This positive shift in the current year is attributed to updated state property value estimates and increased increased revenue, primarily due to favorable state recalculations to the hold harmless provisions as a result of additional homestead exemptions that have been granted over the last 2 sessions. This has been partially offset by an interest earnings decrease due to lower rates. For the debt service fund and food service funds, we continue to have balanced budgets. And for the tax rate, we continue to maintain the lowest overall tax rate in 33 years. And the proposed budget for consideration this evening includes no change to the current rate. However, we won't have final numbers from the appraisal district or TEA till later in the summer. Until then, at that point, we'll be able to determine the proposed rate. But based on what we see so far, the rate should be the same or lower than the current year. So that's good news. Our timeline for adoption is listed here. Pending board approval this evening, we will hold a public hearing and request adoption of the 26-27 budget at the regular June meeting. And our fiscal year will begin July 1st, 2026. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Dan. Any questions from the trustees? Great report, as always.
It's better this year.
Dr. McGowan, let's begin tonight's recognition of these wonderful results.
Yes, thank you, President James, and thank you, Dan. We appreciate you and your team for all of your hard work. And this evening, we're going to kick off our recognition of results of our Klein family with a celebration of our award-winning finance team. So I know you're back, Dan, to present this honor.
I'm glad to be back with more good news to share. Klein ISD is proud to announce that our district has again received the TASBO Award of Merit for Purchasing Operations presented by the Texas Association of School Business Officials. This annual recognition represents the district's continued commitment to professional standards, accountability, and excellence in the acquisition of goods and services. The TASBO Award of Merit for Purchasing honors Texas school districts that consistently demonstrate best practices in purchasing. Klein ISD's purchasing department plays a critical role in ensuring compliance with state and federal procurement laws and regulations while maintaining strong focus on competition and securing the best value for the district. At this time, we invite members of our purchasing department to join us up front so we may recognize and celebrate their contributions. Please hold your applause until all their names have been called. Felicia Ford, Kimberly White, DeAndrea Davis, Octavia Johnson, Kayla Kilborn, Robert Berrigan, Gail Hanson, Jason Gossett. That's it.
All right.
All right.
They really do a great job. Not only is the compliance side of it met, but also the customer service, and that's what makes a huge difference. We proudly recognize the Klein ISD Purchasing Department for their dedication, professionalism, and attention to detail. Their work supports our campus's staff, students each day, helping ensure responsible stewardship of district resources. Congratulations to our purchasing team on this well-deserved recognition. Vice President Qualls and Dr. McGowan, if you could join us for a photo to commemorate this achievement.
Great, great, great.
I want to scoot down. We're gonna snare y'all up.
Congratulations to this outstanding finance team. Dan, I do have one question.
Yes, sir.
Does this repeat performance get old at all?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, well, good. Dr. McGowan.
Thank you. Please join me now in welcoming Klein ISD's Director for the Klein Education Foundation, Christy Spisak, who will present an update on our 2026 Spring Grant winners.
All right, good evening, President James, members of the board, Dr. McGowan, Ms. Spalding, and Klein family. It's truly a privilege for the Klein Foundation directors alongside our business partners and our community partners to visit campuses and recognize educators who bring forward and innovative, forward-thinking grant ideas to life. These grants reflect our shared commitment to expanding opportunities for Klein ISD students, creating meaningful experiences that inspire curiosity, growth, and success. I'm pleased to share that on Friday, April 24th, we continued this proud tradition by awarding $92,781 in grants across our campuses. This work is made possible through the generosity of our community and business partners whose support allows us to invest directly back into our classrooms. These grants empower our educators and provide students with engaging, hands-on learning opportunities that encourage exploration, creativity, and achievement. The excitement and gratitude expressed by our grant recipients is very special, making Celebration Express one of the most memorable and impactful days of the school year. So if you will bear with me, we now invite you to enjoy a short video capturing just a few of those moments.
Yes, it's to purchase a photo booth so that kids can work on their reading goals since they're so visual right now and into everything. The idea of doing reading goals and matching their goals and celebrating their success in a visual, tangible way that we can post. And as they read and meet their goals, they get to continue to do snapshots through the year as they grow in their reading.
Thank you guys. So here at French, we have a lot of special needs, and we're super excited to see somebody back there. We had a very generous parent donate money towards this playground, and we couldn't have done it without a little extra help. This is awesome. It's making a big difference for our kids.
So we have an existing garden now, and with all of the construction and all of the like weeds, taking over everything, it will be just flattened and cleared out, and so we can start fresh. We're going to have like a whole side of it full of plants that will attract pollinators, attract the monarchs, and they're going to be able to do their whole life cycle there, and all the kids will be able to come see it. We're going to have a place set up for them to plant their seeds and watch them grow on the side. On the other side, we're very excited. Yeah.
Yes, okay. So Little Learners Library will start a program where preschoolers from the community will come in, we'll have a lesson, they'll do activities, we'll start their love of learning, build a partnership with the families before they become goals.
So Little Learners Library is our community monthly event where we invite future lovebirds and colts into our libraries and just build that love of literacy early and build those, oh my gosh. Just build some really solid relationships with our future families.
We have another
We're so excited for this. We have so many plans for all of the money. So we are going to become an innovative campus next year. We're a STEAM-infused campus, so our kids are going to have an entire day every other week where they get to go through STEAM rotations, hands-on, engaging. We're so excited. We have told our community, we have enrollment coming in. They're so excited. Our launch is on April 30th. Come check it out. But they're going to get to do engineering. They're going to get to do science, hands-on. They're going to learn through writing. They have library. They have technology. We have robots. We have all kinds of things that are coming through this, so we're really excited.
So this is our grant so that we could use the 3D printers to print manipulatives for our classrooms, for our behavior incentives, for our PBIS, and for our behavior cards as well. So it's helped the whole campus. So we're just looking for ways to encourage all the kids to have good behavior. We have lots of options here, but it's something else they can all go and play just based on meeting goals. And they have put so much heart in everything, and so I was able to get it going in the right direction and do a video and just kind of walk through this space. We are just so excited.
That is so awesome.
Yes.
So it's a program to kind of help STEM engagement in elementary school kids. This money will be like put towards like resources like I don't know if y'all are familiar with like certain types of Legos where there are engines and you can code them and stuff like that. And we'll be just recruiting students who are engineered and like interested in like engineering, STEM fields, coding fields, to kind of help educate the elementary school students. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody involved.
Yeah. Yay!
So this was actually inspired by some of my students really wanting to play the instruments that we already have for 4th and 5th grade. Really, it's the 2nd and 3rd graders. And so I decided why not have an instrument where they can learn it in the 2nd semester. So I was working with those students. I bought some of them already to try them. When I found out that they can actually learn them and learn them quite well, I decided to write a grant, and yeah, that's where we are now. We're looking at hopefully buying a classroom set of instruments for 3rd grade, 2nd grade, even down to 1st grade, so they can have something to do.
That was a fun day. And as you saw in the video, those were students at Klein Cain that led that grant that their principal submitted. So the kids are doing great things pouring into the younger students. But as you saw in the video, the energy and enthusiasm across our campuses during Celebration Express is truly contagious. And it's a meaningful celebration of innovation, passion, and dedication. And while those moments are unforgettable, what makes this work even more impactful is seeing those ideas come to life in the classroom. Each grant represents a commitment to enhancing the learning experience and supporting student success in unique and creative ways. We remain deeply committed and grateful to our business and community partners for their continued support. Their investment in our students and educators helps spark curiosity, fuels imagination, and creates lasting opportunities across Klein ISD. So on behalf of the Klein Education Foundation, thank you for your continued partnership and for helping to bring these opportunities to life. At this time, I'd like to invite KEF directors, Dr. McGowan, Ms. Peters, and Ms. Arellano up to the front so that we can take a photo with this big check. Thank you.
Thank you again, Ms. Spizak, and congratulations to all the grant winners. Wonderful, just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Dr. McGowan?
Thank you so much, Christy, and truly just thanks to the Education Foundation and all the teachers who have a very full plate every day, and these people went above and beyond to write these grants to create these learning experiences for our kids. So it's a real celebration of so many wonderful people in Klein ISD. Our next recognition of results is for academic success at the state level for students in our nationally recognized career and technical education program. Our director of CTE, Deborah Bronner Westerndown, is here to honor these award-winning students.
Thank you, Dr. McGowan. Good evening, President James, members of the board, Ms. Spalding, and Klein family. Klein ISD is proud to recognize the outstanding accomplishments of our career and technical education students who earned first and second place recognition at state level competitions. This year, 27 Klein ISD students from multiple schools placed at CTE competitions, reflecting continued growth in both participation and underscoring the strength of our CTE programs across disciplines. These students competed at the Texas Public Safety Association State Conference, the Skills USA State Conference, and the Technology Student Association State Conference. At this time, we invite our CTE student honorees to join us at the front after their name is called so that we may recognize their accomplishments. Please hold your applause until all names have been called. And principals, if you will please join me at the front when your school's name is called. Representing Klein High School's Criminal Justice Program, student competitors at the Texas Public Safety Association's conference demonstrated applied knowledge and technical skills across a wide range of public service disciplines, including criminal justice scenarios, emergency response simulations, investigative techniques, and professional communications, such as public service announcements. Students, please join me as I call your name. Gina Cooper, Madison Hall, Emma Sherlock, Jenna Bartholomew, Sophia Leckie, April Lara, Leslie Perez, Matthias Loya, Austin Brooks, Brianna Alanis, Caleb Hanna, Cadence Arsanu, Melinda Ramirez, and instructors Ishmael Flores and Kira Newsom Hostler. From Klein Collins High School, Skills USA competitors represented our geospatial engineering and land surveying college program, applying industry-aligned technical skills in precision measurement, spatial analysis, and real-world engineering applications. Abraham Castillo, Jack Hedrick, Tristan Kaler, and instructor Jennifer High.
All right.
Technology Student Association competitors showcased innovation and technical expertise through engineering design, robotics, digital media events, including CO2-powered vehicle construction, RC vehicle engineering, and graphic design and animation challenges. From Klein High School, Jenny Law, and instructor Karen Mahichek. From Klein Oak High School, Keizuki Bunel, Nathan Jimenez, Michael Colarte, Alik Moredia, Caden Noriega, Saeed Zain, Varun Ramutar, Katerina Kuraza, Janice Winston, and instructors Daniel Mackey, Jeff McGee, and Brad Threadgill.
Yeah.
from Klein Collins High School, Jaden Ludday, and Miss Jennifer High. We commend all of these students for representing Klein ISD with excellence and professionalism, and we extend our gratitude to our instructors who prepare, mentor, and support them throughout the year. Their collective efforts reflect the strength of our CTE programs and their impact on student success. If you are attending tonight's meeting as a member of the students' families, a friend, a campus staff member, or a member of our district CTE team who has supported these remarkable students, please stand as we recognize and honor your dedication and encouragement. Thank you, and please be seated. Now let's take one big group photo with Vice President Qualls and Dr. McGowan.
Outstanding, the state level. This is amazing. Dr. McGowan.
Yes, we like it when it's crowded up here when it's because we're winning. So
Yes.
Congratulations to all these great students and outstanding teachers and all the wonderful families who are here to support and celebrate them. Now turning from academics to the arts, it's my pleasure to introduce our Director of Fine Arts, Frank Shooter, who will come to recognize more national recognition for our tradition of excellence in the arts.
Well, good evening, President James, members of the board, Dr. McGowan, Ms. Spalding, and Klein ISD family. Continuing a legacy that spans nearly 2 decades, Klein ISD has again earned recognition from the National Association of Music Merchants Foundation as a Best Communities for Music Education for the 19th time overall and the 15th year in a row.
Woo.
The Best Communities of Music Education program recognizes school districts across the nation for the outstanding efforts of teachers, administrators, parents, students, and community leaders who support music education as an essential part of a well-rounded education for all children. To qualify for this distinction, districts must complete a comprehensive and rigorous application examining music programs, funding, participation, and student access. As we celebrate this continued recognition, we proudly acknowledge the incredible work of our music educators and the talented student musicians they serve. This achievement reflects a shared commitment across Klein ISD to excellence in fine arts education and the vital role music plays in developing well-rounded students. At this time, I would like to recognize several educators who represent the passion, leadership, and collaboration that make this honor possible. Please come forward as I call your name, and we ask everyone to hold their applause until all honorees have been recognized. Jesse Espinoza, Klein Forest High School Band Director and High School Band Facilitator. Tanner Ledford, Klein Oak High School Orchestra Director and High School Orchestra Facilitator. Austin Dean, Klein Cain High School Choir Director and High School Choir Facilitator. Mr. Dean is unable to join us today as he is singing professionally this evening. Right? That's not uncommon for our teachers, by the way. Stephen Cook, Criminal Intermediate Assistant Orchestra Director and Intermediate Orchestra Facilitator. Keegan Fenton, Klein Intermediate Choir Director and Intermediate Choir Facilitator. Daniel Ferreira, Klein Intermediate Band Director and Intermediate Band Facilitator. And Chelsea Washik Gawkin, Island Elementary Music Teacher and Elementary Music Facilitator. Congratulations to each of you on this remarkable accomplishment.
Yeah.
Your dedication, artistry, and leadership enrich the lives of our students and strengthen our Klein ISD community and uphold our long-standing tradition of excellence in the arts. We are proud of your work and grateful for the positive impact you make every single day. If you are here this evening as a guest of one of these outstanding educators, or maybe even a student of one of these outstanding educators, please stand so we may recognize you. All right, at this time, we invite Vice President Qualls and Dr. McGowan to join our honorees at the front for a group photo to commemorate this achievement.
Congratulations, congratulations.
All right, we're not done yet.
Keep going.
Building that district-wide commitment to music education, we now turn our attention to two Klein Collins High School ensembles whose recent accomplishments reflect the excellence on the national stage. The Klein Collins High School Wind Ensemble was selected to perform at the Music for All Festival in Indianapolis on March 26th. Music for All is a nationally respected organization dedicated to expanding life-changing opportunities through music education. Being selected to perform at this festival is a significant honor, and the Wind Ensemble's performance showcased the extraordinary talent, discipline, and artistry of our students, as well as the strong instructional foundation provided by our fine arts educators. Their performance represented Klein ISD with distinction on a national stage. In addition, the Klein Collins Indoor Concert Percussion Ensemble earned first place at the WGI International Houston Regional, advancing to compete at the WGI World Championships in Dayton, Ohio. The ensemble earned first place in both prelims and finals, earning the gold medal and marking the first time in Klein ISD history that an indoor percussion group has achieved an incredible accomplishment. WGI is the largest and most prestigious winter guard and indoor percussion circuit in the world, making this achievement especially noteworthy. Yes, go ahead.
All right.
At this time, we invite Principal Brady to join us up front. We also invite the members of the Klein Collins Wind Ensemble to come forward as their names are called, so we may recognize and celebrate. Yes. Yes, indeed. Every single one of them, right? And then, see, you made me lose my place here. We're going to start over. No. We also invite the members of the Klein Collins Wind Ensemble to come forward as their names are called so we may recognize and celebrate their accomplishment. If you participate in both ensembles, please remain at the front and do not return to your seat between recognitions. We kindly ask everyone to hold their applause until all students have been recognized. All right, I'll read fast. You ready? Here we go. Nathan Alvarado, Delia Barker, Carmen D. Beam, Aisha Boutte, Kylie Brady, Rick Brandenburg, Natalie Cow, Abraham Castillo, Jaylene Chan, Isaac Cook, Nathan Cowan, Lighton Crank, Cynthia Cruz, Layla George, Giovanni Guarcas, Jack Hedrick, Alex Honey, Addison Huerta, Travis Hutchinson, Isaiah Israel, Brent Yan, Alexander Jones, Noah Jones, Tristan Kaylor, Jacob Cokes, Rian Marshall, Braden Martin, Ty Matangatsobunt, William McCauley, Yesley Melger, Victoria Mills, Christian Obando, Caleb Pardo, Abraham Paredes, Dana Paulette, Charlotte Phillips, Joel Phillips, Jaden Rasgado Vasquez, Michael Rodriguez, Noah Rodriguez, Ben Sochnik, Matthew Seifert, Fernando Sepulveda, Caleb Sharp, Madison Sharp, Rylan Simmons, Stella Toke, Mia Trujillo, Abigail Urban Garcia, Aiden Vargas, Sean Vaz, and Milo Washington. We're going to have to move on over, guys, because we've got more. We would now like to invite the members of the Klein Collins Indoor Concert Percussion Ensemble to come forward as their names are called, so we may recognize and celebrate their accomplishment. You'll notice a few names repeated as some of our students participate in both of these tremendous programs. Again, we kindly ask everyone to hold their applause until all students have been recognized. Ricky Bradenberg, William Carr, Leighton Crank, Tristan Dunaway, Lorelei Fowler, Jordan Gibson, Savannah Ha, Camilla Hernandez, Travis Hutchison, Victor Moreu, Kyra Noel, Diego Pedraza, Lily Petro, Benjamin Powers, Ryu Ramirez, Kiera Rucker, Isaiah Shea, Zachary Shemp, Alicia Silva Causley, Santana Smith, Abigail Snyder, Emilio Valdez, and Jude Vasquez.
All right.
I love this teamwork up here. Those of you that can't see it, this is quite phenomenal right here. As they continue, we want to make sure we give special thanks and recognition to the dedicated educators who guide and support these ensembles. If you're not already up here, please join us up front. Miss Alexa Thibodeau, Head Band Director. Miss Thibodeau, wave. Miss Jessica Zetterberg, Assistant Band Director. And Mr. Matthew Hernandez, Percussion Director. We extend our sincere congratulations to these talented students for their commitment, teamwork, and musical excellence, as well as to the directors whose guidance and leadership helped make these accomplishments possible. Together, their hard work reflects the strength of Klein ISD's fine arts programs and the powerful impact of music education driven by dedication, collaboration, and an unwavering commitment to student success. At this time, we invite Vice President Qualls and Dr. McGowan to join our students and directors at the front for a group photo to commemorate these remarkable achievements.
Congratulations to these wonderful, talented fine arts students and educators. Wonderful. Oh, look at that. I do have one question for you, Mr. Shooter.
Yes, sir.
Does it ever get tired?
No.
Repeat?
No, we're in competition with Dan. Yeah, absolutely.
Outstanding, outstanding.
Thank you so much, sir.
Congratulations again. Dr. McGowan?
Yes. Congratulations, and thank you to all the families who are here to support all of those wonderful young men and women to be the first in Klein ISD history. I just wanted to make sure y'all didn't miss that. First in Klein ISD history to ever accomplish this. We are so incredibly proud. So let's give them another big round of applause for what they've done. Now we're moving on to athletics this evening, and we have several exceptional recognitions this evening. First, we are going to celebrate for the first time in Klein ISD history our back-to-back state champion Klein Cain boys soccer team. Let's give it up for these young men. Our executive director for athletics, Brandon Baker, is here, and he's going to lead the celebration of this point of pride for Klein ISD and Klein Cain High School.
All right, thank you, Dr. McGowan. Good evening, President James, members of the board, Mrs. Spalding, and Klein family. Tonight, it is an honor to recognize an extraordinary athletic achievement by the 2025-2026 Klein High School boys soccer team, who were crowned once again the UIL 6A Division I state champions.
Yes.
So let's give those guys On April 11th, 2026, the Hurricanes secured a 1-0 victory over Atascocita High School in the championship match, earning their second consecutive state title. With this victory, Klein Cain made history as the first team in Klein ISD history to earn back-to-back team state championships. This remarkable accomplishment is a testament to the dedication, resilience, and championship culture built by these student athletes and their coaches. Let's take a quick look at this incredible team and their journey to another state championship.
All right, so the first state championship has been awarded. Congratulations, Klein Cain. They go back to back.
I mean, it's surreal, you know. We won last year, but I mean, I knew how good it felt, but I think this time it feels even better.
It feels amazing. Like I've been saying this for the past 2 years. They're super people, man. They're super people, and the most important thing, they're good people. They're good-hearted people, and that's what we want today. And we have a lot of talent. We have a lot of talent in Klein. But the work ethic of these guys, nobody can match them in the state. That's what we're champions.
As you can see, a really shy and reserved group. Not much enthusiasm. No, they're great. A little side note is my daughter was there near where the goal was scored, and Noah comes running. She was pretty excited for a minute, and then the pressure was getting closer, and she runs to me like she was not having it in that moment. So at this time, we would like to proudly recognize the dedicated student athletes who made this historic season possible. I would also like to recognize Principal Lauren Marty for her continued support of this team, as well as Campus Athletic Director James Clancy and District Athletic Director Darby Young. Please join me at the front so we may honor this group.
Yep. All right.
This championship run would not have been possible without the leadership of head coach Gerson Carrasco and assistant coaches Troy Phillips and Jorge Sanchez, whose guidance and commitment have helped elevate the program to historic heights. Coaches, we would like to invite you to join us up front as well.
Thank you, sir.
Students, as your name is called, please come to the front of the room. We kindly ask the audience to hold their applause until all names have been called. Ben Acevedo, Amagai Agbu, Daniel Alexandre, Axel Ambris, Noah Ballard, Jacob Bowie, David Canales, Daniel Celis, Liam Days, Sage Dizitels, Omar El Mutia, Donato Farina, Unye Garcia, Parker Glenn, Samuel Glenn, Armand Joharman, David Laffey, Alan Ojong, Oscar Oropeza, Anthony Perez, Josue Perez, Tristan Pyle, Brandon Ramirez, Jonathan Reyes, Nicholas Rincon, Xavi Solguero, Josue Santibanez, Camilo Triana, Matias Valencia, and manager Ahmad Jamal.
Right.
This back-to-back state championship stands as a powerful testament to the dedication and determination of these student athletes and the program they represent. If you are here this evening as a family member or friend of these exceptional athletes, please stand so that we may recognize you and your dedication and support as well.
Stand up.
We also have a special guest from Harris County Precinct 3, Commissioner Tom S. Ramsey's office, joining us tonight to celebrate this historic win, the team and tournament 6A Division I State Championship game MVP, Noah Ballard. We have a video we would like for you to watch of Noah being interviewed after scoring the deciding goal.
Matt Ogle, Vibe Media here, speaking with a man who had ice in his veins with 6 minutes to go. Tell me initial thoughts, reactions going back to back here with Klein Cain.
I mean, I wouldn't want to do it with any other group. You know, God put me in that position, and I knew all I had to do was hit it to where the keeper couldn't get it, and then I knew once I hit it that it was game.
Yeah, it was expertly placed. Such composure in that scenario. It was a very tough defensive battle. Like, what adjustments, if any, were made after halftime, after things were still very close and physical?
I mean, I think it just shows, you know, the practice we put in, practicing those set pieces. You know, they've scored countless goals on set pieces, and it's just the pure grit that this team has.
I mean, I'm not going to name names, but I've heard some people kind of doubt y'all, say like, hey, y'all got lucky last time. What did Klein Cain, how did y'all prepare for this postseason, knowing that everyone had the target on your back and wanted to prove y'all wrong, which evidently was not the case?
I mean, we said it at the beginning of the year, you know, we got a target on our back, but we're out the mud, you know. We push and practice like we've never won a game, and then we play like we've never lost, so.
All right. What are y'all going to do to celebrate? First, initial thoughts, reaction for that.
I mean, it still doesn't even feel real, you know. You dream about that as a little kid, you know, hitting a game winner for your team, and it's just, I mean, we're going to go in the bus, speaker, music, all of it, water probably.
What's the first song y'all going to listen to, you think?
I don't know. Probably something Hispanic that I can't even understand.
All right, I appreciate your time, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
Always awesome to see something like this happen.
Thank you. God bless.
Now I'd like to invite Mr. Landon Reed from Commissioner Tom S. Ramsey's office to join me at the podium to present this proclamation.
So I got more than just that to talk about real quick. So on May 14th, y'all will be honored again in Commissioner's Court, and we'll bring that resolution back to you guys after it's signed. So I'll definitely share the clip. But one thing none of y'all know is every year before every sports season, I rag, trash talk, everything I can do with Dr. McGowan over tomball football, over tomball baseball. But there's one sport I never mess with her,
That's right.
and that's soccer, because you guys got it wrapped up.
That's right.
So I'm definitely going to make sure I never do that. So I'm definitely here for that tonight. And we have a little tiny game, a couple of them that are going to be played here in Houston with FIFA coming to town. And I don't have all the particulars for y'all. I was trying to run it down. But me and Commissioner thought, you know, we don't need to get down on the pitch with FIFA for the special invite they gave us. So it won't be during a game, but y'all going to get down on the pitch. I'm saying that right, guys? I'm a football guy, other football, American football. And we're going to get you guys out there with some FIFA people out there doing that. So I'll make sure your coaches know when we know all the information on that. I'm just in the early stages as I try to rush them, but you know, this is an international thing. It gets a little tough on those things. But most importantly tonight, I don't have the resolution in hand, but I do have this proclamation. There's few times I get up here and recognize somebody that goes outside the lines of just the sports situation, and we felt that it was a need for us to come out here for that. The Honorable Harris County Precinct 3 Commissioner Tom S. Ramsey, PE, hereby recognizes Noah Ballard, Texas UIL 6A Division I State Champ MVP, May 11th, 2026. As Precinct 3 Commissioner of Harris County, Texas, and on behalf of the constituents of Harris County, it is my honor to recognize and congratulate Noah Ballard for being named the most valuable player in Klein-Cain Boys Soccer State Championship. Congratulations on your spirited effort in winning incredible back-to-back championships. As you stated after the game, with God, all things are possible. Your family and friends, school and county are proud of your accomplishments. If you remain diligent in your studies and prioritize your faith in God, there is no goal beyond your reach. You are truly have a very bright future ahead. Our constituents and I are proud to celebrate your achievement with you and look forward to even greater things in store in the future. Tom S. Ramsey.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. At this time, we invite Vice President Qualls and Dr. McGowan to join our back-to-back state champions at the front for a group photo.
Good. That's okay. Go ahead. They're not going to see you, Darby. Excellent job, gentlemen. Excellent job.
Coach Carrasco must have had some words because I know they were wanting to chant MVP for Noah, and none of them chanted right after the pictures. So they've got a system that works for them. Next, I'm proud to honor another outstanding Klein-Cain student athlete who represented our district at the highest UIL competition this year. We brought 15 Klein ISD wrestlers advanced to the 2026 UIL Wrestling State Meet in Cypress, Texas, and we're honored to highlight the remarkable accomplishment of our Klein-Cain State medalists. We are thrilled to celebrate Aaliyah Baker, who competed in the 110-pound weight class and earned second place at the state meet. Aaliyah was not able to join us this evening, but we are proud to recognize her results and accomplishments. Can we please give Aaliyah a hand? And also Coach Hamilton is her head coach, excellent coach, does a great job.
And Mr. Baker, before we move on from celebrating Klein-Cain High School, I just want to circle back to these incredible young men over here. Honestly, it was such a joy not only to watch you all win, but the way these kids played all throughout the playoffs was so classy and with so much heart. And they truly have just brought so much joy. And I just want to say a special word of gratitude to the seniors. We're so proud of you all. We know you guys are going off to do great things, and you've brought such pride and such a reputation for excellence, as we heard tonight, for soccer, not just at Klein-Cain, but across the entire school district. So again, you cannot put into words, if you had the joy of watching these young men play. I'm obviously a soccer mom, so I love the game, but I also just love the way these kids played the game, and it really was something to behold, watching them win that second straight championship. Can we just give them one more big round of applause? I just never want this moment to end for them. It's so awesome.
Thank you. Finally, I'd like to close by celebrating something Klein ISD takes great pride in, the connection between our athletic excellence and the academic success of our student athletes. 408 student athletes across our 5 high schools have earned academic all-state honors. Over 70 of those students have received acknowledgement in multiple sports for a collective total of 481 recognitions. These seniors met rigorous standards while serving as leaders and competing in their respective sports of cross-country, tennis, water polo, volleyball, football, swim and dive, basketball, wrestling, soccer, golf, track, baseball, and softball. Tonight, we recognize all the student athletes who achieved this honor, and specifically those who were named to the THSCA Academic All-State Elite Team. The Elite Team is the highest academic honor awarded by this association, who demonstrate exceptional GPA, class rank, test scores, and character reflecting a remarkable level of discipline, balance, and perseverance in a contribution to their athletic programs. At this time, I'd like to invite campus principals and the athletic directors to join us at the front as a show of support for these elite team students and the strong campus leadership that contributes to their success. We would also like to acknowledge the coaches whose guidance, mentorship, and expectations have helped shape these student athletes into leaders both academically and athletically. Students and coaches, please come forward as your name is called so we may honor you. We ask that you hold your applause until all honorees have been recognized. In swim and dive from Klein High School, Madeline Bender, Zachary Brewer, Dylan Voiles, and head coach Jim Savoda. From Klein Oak High School, Lauren Shooter, with head coach Gail Gregory. From Klein-Cain High School, Luke Heeman, Jack White, and head coach Tate Conrad. In boys track, from Klein High School, Michael Theobald and his coach Keyshawn Hill. From Klein Collins High School, Andrew Jones and Dylan Yarbrough, head coach John Patterson. From Klein-Cain High School, Ezekiel Thane and head coach Shane Collette. In tennis, from Klein High School, William Toronto and head coach Adam Koch. From Klein Collins, Noah Wynn, Anna Nicole Tawaka, head coach Travis Bridges. From Klein-Cain High School, Cooper Reed and head coach Austin Smith. In wrestling from Klein Collins High School, Abigail Taylor and head coach Kenny Rucker. In football from Klein-Cain High School, Stephen Pipkin and head coach James Clancy. In boys soccer from Klein-Cain High School, a familiar face, Parker Glenn, and head coach Gerson Carrasco. These student athletes exemplify what is possible when commitment to academics is matched with dedication to athletic excellence. With the support of their families, coaches, and campuses, they have achieved a milestone that sets them apart and serves as a powerful example for students across Klein ISD. If you are here this evening as a family member or supporter of one of these honorees, please stand so that we may acknowledge you. I'd also like to mention that today you can learn more about these outstanding student athletes by going to our Klein ISD website and reading the newly published article about their remarkable achievements. At this time, we invite Vice President Qualls and Dr. McGowan to join us at the podium so that we may take a commemorative photo.
Step up. Once again, congratulations to all these outstanding students, scholars, and artists and athletes. Again, give them another round of applause. This is exciting. Do we have any Scout visitors tonight? Okay, wonderful then. Then we'll now take an intermission to allow the board the opportunity to meet our honorees and community members. The time is now 7:58. Please. The time is now 8:07, and we are ready to reconvene this meeting of Klein ISD Board of Trustees. We will begin with item 9A, the consideration and request for approval of the procurement method and contract amount of the 2026 District-Wide Safety and Security Enhancement Project. May I have a motion?
I so move.
Second.
May I have a second? Oh, okay. Any discussion? I'm sorry. No discussion? All in favor? Great. The motion passes 7-0. Next time, item next is the item 9B, the consideration and the request for approval of the cost reconciliation for the 2025 Safety, Security, and Life Cycle Project. May I have a motion?
I so move.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Item next is item number 10, the first reading of the proposed modification to Local Board Policy CFB. Trustees, are there any questions or comments about the proposed modifications?
No.
Great. Moving on to item 11, the consideration and the request for approval of the 2026-2027 District Annual Improvement Goals. May I have a motion?
I so move. I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Next item is 12, the consideration and the request of approval to schedule a public meeting to discuss 2026-2027 proposed budget. May I have a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Next, we have the consideration and request for approval of the recommendation in compliance with Senate Bill 546. We have reviewed the information presented to the board, and the Chief Operations Officer, August Wunderlich, is here to present the administration's recommendation. August?
Dan must have been here last. Everybody's taller than me. Anyhow, thank you, Mr. James, President James. As presented to the board, Senate Bill 546 amended Texas Transportation Code to require all school buses to be equipped with 3-point seatbelts. By the end of this month, all districts must evaluate the financial resources required to retrofit or replace buses to comply with the new law as amended. As presented to the board, we have 115 compliant buses, 68 buses with 2-point seatbelts, and 187 buses with no seatbelts. The estimated cost to be in compliance today would be $39,525,000. I recommend that we continue our current life cycle bus replacement schedule to ensure full compliance.
Okay. Having heard that, may I have a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Next is item 14, consideration request for approval of the hearing officer recommendation regarding a student matter, A through R, Hildebrandt Intermediate School. May I have a motion?
After consideration of the record, I move that the board adopt the hearing officer's recommendation in the matter of the discipline of student AR at Hildebrandt Intermediate.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Item next is item 15, which includes sub-items A through F regarding contract terminations and non-renewals. Members of the board, we have an option to take the items 15A through 15D together. However, if any member prefers to discuss or vote on any item individually, we will do so. Is there any member who wishes to take these sub-items, 15A to 15D individually?
No.
Seeing none, may I have a motion?
President James, I move that the board terminates the probationary contracts of Onita Gage, Sandra Stock, India Mitchell Davis, and Tania Way at the end of the 2025-2026 contract term in the best interest of the district, and further move that the board authorize the superintendent or her designee to provide notice of this action to each employee named.
May I have a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Moving on to item 15E and 15F. For item 15E, no action is needed. Is that correct, Dr. McGowan?
Yes, sir.
Moving on to 15F, moving on to 15F, I'm sorry, the proposed non-renewal of the term contract employee for B. Rowe, as stated in Board Policy DFBB Local, and to designate the manner of the hearing. We will take these items together. May I have a motion?
President James, I move that the board propose the non-renewal of the term contract of Bennett Rowe at the end of the 2025-2026 contract term for the reasons as stated in Board Policy DFBB Local. Any hearing be designated as a hearing before a board-appointed attorney, hearing officer, and that the superintendent or her designee provide the employee notice of this action.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Now we're moving into the consent agenda. Are there any items that you wish to have removed from the consent agenda? We'll start on that end.
None.
Nothing?
None.
None.
Okay. Then all those in favor? Any opposed? The consent agenda passes by consensus. Moving on to the calendar review. The next regular meeting of the board will be on Monday, June the 8th, 2026. The end of 2025-2026 school year is nearly here, as well as graduation schedules to begin at Klein Memorial Stadium on May the 28th. I'm going to say it again, May the 28th, coming quickly. Let's move on to comments. We'll begin tonight with, why don't we begin at the end down there with DQ, Dustin Krieger. I'm sorry, Dustin Quall.
Just say Dustin, you'll get us. What a night, incredible. You could talk about so many different things. I just wanted to point out just a couple of, just fun things that I saw tonight. As a lover of wordplay, I wanted to make sure everybody saw the acronym of one of the grant winners was CHIRP, which was so apropos. I just wanted to make sure everybody saw this. It was Children Handling Instruments Really Professionally. I just thought that was fantastic. But great job, Klein Education Foundation. The Celebration Express just continues to just go so over the top. The fundraising, the funds that we're able to raise in the community. Thank you to all of our partners. Mr. Shooter, I wanted to say phenomenal job on the pronunciations of probably 75 or so students. Crushed that. Chelsea, fantastic job on the photography tonight and arranging all of these groups. We had really good problems tonight that we needed to solve. And so fantastic. I mean, back-to-back state champs. What more can you say? So awesome.
Thank you.
I would say the Texas Promise Academy is looking very promising.
No pun intended.
That's good. The fact that you can now have options of how you can achieve your education is awesome. It's just going to be awesome. The other thing is that even though fuel's going up $1 million, we're managing to cover our deficit with a surplus this year that was unexpected. Congratulations, Dan. That's wonderful. The other thing I would say is that having 27 winners at a state level for CTE should be congratulated every day. Those kids will go far.
Thank you. Ms. Peters.
So first, being at that game and watching that goal and that win, it was electric, it was energetic, it was, it'll pump anyone up. So that was really awesome. The boys, I mean, you saw their joy tonight, but in that moment, it was just literally overwhelming. So that was very neat, very awesome to watch. And all the winners tonight, I mean, there's so much, everything, I mean, amazing. And again, we can't do it without the educators. It's hands down, every student needs somebody, and we have that somebody in this district, and that's the best part of it. Well, thank you to everyone.
Great. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Creek.
So, just a great night, as always. It just amazes me of the talent that we have in this district. And I think one thing, number one, the national recognition is really, really cool. But I just couldn't help but think while I was sitting here of every one of these students that were here, whether it be athletes, artists, academic, just whatever they were here, they're the best in class. And I just think about all of their hard work and hours that they have put in to be the best. And then you think about all the educators that have devoted to them and put in all of the hours and hours of focus and attention into them. It gives me chills just to see, that is a product of so much hard work from so many dedicated educators. It's just, it makes me very proud to be a part of this district, and I'm always proud to be a part of this district. But it just goes to show that we have amazing educators doing amazing things and creating amazing kids every day, and it's just great to be able to recognize that.
Well said.
Am I next?
Trustee Alana.
Awesome. I have a couple things. I was so excited to be able to go to the soccer game. And I don't know a whole lot about soccer, but I learned a lot. And the thing that I learned the most was persistence and the dedication of those kids. But when you turned and you looked out in the stands and you saw it in your community, that's second to none. I would also say that we are still so different than so many districts where we're not only moving forward, we also take our heritage, and German Fest was amazing. And I want to comment on that because that is such a great tradition to know the history of our German culture. The other thing is I got the opportunity to work the fun run. And that's, how KEF makes our grants. And I had the cheerleaders, and we had over 150. And the energy and the excitement was beyond anything, seeing them all excited and running with the kids. And so it's a community thing, and that's, I think, what makes Klein so special. The only other thing it was amazing to see all the groups today. I stopped counting at 250. I was like, okay, I can't count anymore. And just the excitement and the community is so important. I do want to add, though, that I just want everyone to know that I was one of the first recipients of a grant. I got $1,000 for ballet bars back in 2001. So to see how far it's come from then is unbelievable. And real excited about the Promise Academy. It's going to be awesome.
All right, great. Dr. Ellis.
Yeah, what a great evening. I did think, Trustee Qualls, it's good that it was CHIRP. Because if they didn't put in really, CHIP isn't a good name for kids handling instruments. But really professionally. But I thought that was good, and the point of our
wonderful staff. I thought that was highlighted, how one couldn't be here, our music director, as he was singing professionally, which really was why Trustee Krieger was late. He was singing professionally.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. So if you need a good wedding singer. But in seriousness, I thought that the sports really was amazing. I loved the quote from prepare like you've never won and play like you never lost. That was well said. And just to Mr. Darby Young, Mr. Brandon Baker, the whole athletic department here is great. That was highlighted well this evening. So, especially having so many all-state athletes, 408 is really impressive. But I am thrilled most of all this evening with this Texas Promise Academy. And Leslie, everything you and your team are doing there, that takes a lot of innovation, and it shows kind of our commitment to innovate. And we just are really pleased with that and support that wholeheartedly. So thank you for your great work. That's all I have.
Great comments from everyone. We're not going to repeat them all, but there was one thing that kind of stood out, and that was I kept hearing first time in Klein history. I kept hearing it. I heard it. I heard it on the financial side. I heard it on the academic side. Heard it on the athletic. Everywhere we were introducing things and recognizing things, I kept hearing first time in Klein history. And that to me is amazing. It speaks to not only the leadership, starting obviously with you. I'm going to embarrass you a little bit more. You starts with you and the cabinet that you have, the staff that you have, the teachers that are in place. You see the deposits that are being made. You see the time that's being invested, and then you see the results that we continue to get. So again, I'm not going to repeat all the areas that we talked about, but we keep onward and upward. I'll just leave it there. Dr. McGowan.
Thank you, President James. Yes, I agree. It's impressive when Klein ISD has such an accomplished history that we continue to make history. That is never lost on me when we have all of these first time in Klein ISD history moments together. And it is really a credit, not only, of course, to the talented students first and foremost, but to all the people who rally around them to love and support them and see the promise that they have in them and help them turn it into a purpose for good. And that's what this whole thing is about. So I just continue to celebrate the AAA success that happens here. I love that these kids bring people together. That also stands out when I think back to moments like the soccer game, and I just look in those stands, and there's people who've traveled all over the state to cheer on these young men. And then even tonight, one of our guests said, my grandson was in the percussion group, and we drove all the way to Ohio. And I was like, wow, that is a commitment when you're driving all the way across the nation. She's like, yeah, I had a whole car full of friends, and we drove all the way to Ohio, and it was wonderful. And just these things that our students do, they bring a world that is so often divided together. And I love that, and that's what I love about being an educator. And I just want to continue to say thank you to this board for your leadership. Obviously, after we do all these celebrations, there's a lot of business that takes place, and it's very important. I want to thank you for your continued support of the 2026 Safety and Security Project. A lot of people like to talk about safety. You all take decisive action around safety, and I appreciate that as a mom and an educator. So thank you for making that happen tonight. And then I just want to wrap up with TPA. We're so excited about Texas Promise Academy, and really, your efforts, Leslie, to make sure people know about this opportunity available to them are truly extraordinary. One of our assistant soups literally sent me a sign that she was putting out a garage sale sign, and right next to it was a TPA sign. I mean, out in the community. So you've worked so hard and put your whole heart and soul into this, and I'm excited to see what it becomes. And I thank again to this board and everyone in our community who advocated for this bill. Because before we get to the moments where we get to tell people the opportunity, there's a lot of hard work and advocacy efforts that have to take place to change laws so that these kinds of opportunities are possible. And so anyway, every highlight has a lot of hard work behind it, and I'm very thankful to be part of this place that we're proud of and that we love.
Thank you so much. If there are no objections, it is now, what time is it now? 8:27, and this meeting is adjourned.